Dawn broke over Manila Bay, painting the water in orange and pink. From the mist, a sleek gray silhouette emerged, the BRP Andres Bonifacio, the Philippine Navy's newest and most advanced warship. This Mogami-class frigate, a gift from Japan, marked a turning point for the country's maritime defense. As the ship approached, Filipino patrol boats formed an honor guard, and helicopters hovered above, capturing the moment. On the bridge, the captain and his crew, fresh from months of training in Japan, stood ready, pride and responsibility etched on their faces. The ship's stealthy design and cutting-edge systems were clear even from afar. The name BRP Andres Bonifacio, honoring a national hero, gleamed on its hull, a symbol of the nation's enduring spirit. This was more than a military upgrade, it was a promise to defend Philippine waters. The arrival was a new chapter, connecting the country's storied past to its aspirations for security and sovereignty. As the sun rose higher, the ship's presence sent a clear message: the Philippines was ready to protect its future. The warship's engines hummed, a sound of strength and hope. The crew, a blend of veterans and new recruits, had mastered every system on board. Their journey from Japan to Manila was both a test and a triumph. The ship's arrival was the first step in a larger transformation for the Philippine Navy. It was a floating testament to resilience and partnership. The city's skyline welcomed the vessel home. The nation watched, united in pride. The BRP Andres Bonifacio was not just a ship, it was a statement. It stood for readiness, resolve, and a new era in Philippine defense. The journey ahead would be challenging, but the foundation was set. Manila Bay had witnessed many arrivals, but none quite like this. The future had docked at its shores. Crowds lined Manila Bay before sunrise, waving flags and holding signs. "Welcome home," and "Thank you, Japan." Excitement surged as the BRP Andres Bonifacio came into view, drawing cheers and a sense of unity. On the pier, the president, defense officials, and the Japanese ambassador stood together, reflecting years of diplomacy. For Filipino leaders, the ship's arrival was proof of progress, a modern navy for a new era. Sailors in crisp uniforms stood at attention, feeling the weight of national pride. Many were young, from distant provinces, now at the heart of a historic moment. The ship's arrival was a beacon of hope for Filipinos long concerned about maritime security. For years, the nation had watched its rights challenged in the South China Sea. Today, the BRP Andres Bonifacio signaled a new resolve. It was more than steel, it was a source of confidence. The crowd's cheers echoed a collective promise. The Philippines would no longer stand by. The ship's presence was a declaration of intent. It inspired relief, pride, and hope for a safer future. The nation's spirit was on full display. The moment was about more than a warship. It was about reclaiming dignity. The Philippines was ready to defend its home. The BRP Andres Bonifacio is a leap forward for the Philippine Navy. Its stealth design scatters radar, making it hard to detect, an edge in modern naval warfare. Inside, the Combat Information Center brims with advanced sensors and displays, tracking hundreds of targets at once. The ship's arsenal includes a main cannon, anti-ship and surface-to-air missiles, torpedoes, and anti-submarine rockets. This multi-mission capability transforms the Navy's reach and power. Before, the fleet relied on aging, second-hand ships with limited technology. Now the Philippines has a platform rivaling regional powers. Automation allows a smaller, highly trained crew to operate efficiently. A helicopter hangar and flight deck extend the ship's surveillance and combat range. The BRP Andres Bonifacio is now the cornerstone of the country's maritime defense. It's not just a ship, it's a force multiplier. The Navy can now patrol, protect, and project strength like never before. This vessel marks a new era of capability and confidence. The future of Philippine maritime security has arrived. The ship's transfer was more than a handover, it was the result of deep cooperation. Filipino sailors spent a year in Japan, training side by side with their Japanese counterparts. They mastered complex systems, from propulsion to weapons, and drilled for every scenario. Teamwork was key. Language barriers faded as shared procedures and missions took over. Bonds formed over meals and stories, forging trust and respect. Japanese instructors admired the Filipinos' dedication. Filipinos valued their mentors' expertise. These relationships laid the groundwork for a true partnership. When these sailors meet again at sea, they'll see friends, not strangers. Ongoing support from Japan ensures the ship's systems stay at peak performance. Regular joint exercises will keep both navies sharp and connected. This partnership is more than technical, it's strategic. It transforms the supplier-customer dynamic into a lasting alliance. Together, they're building stability in the region. The training forged not just skills, but a shared purpose. The future of regional security is being shaped by these bonds. The BRP Andrés Bonifacio's arrival shifts the balance in the South China Sea. For years, China's naval expansion left smaller nations vulnerable. The new frigate gives the Philippines a credible deterrent, one that must be taken seriously. Its stealth and firepower raise the stakes for any potential aggressor. The ship isn't about fighting a superpower but about enforcing sovereignty and protecting Filipino waters. It can now patrol, protect fishermen, and challenge illegal activities with authority. The presence of this warship signals Philippine resolve. More frigates are on the way, further strengthening the fleet. This gradual buildup creates a more stable, balanced environment. The goal is deterrence, not conflict. By raising the cost of aggression, the Philippines helps keep the peace. The region's security landscape is changing, one ship at a time. For Japan, delivering this warship marks a historic shift. Once strictly pacifist, Japan now recognizes the need for a more active security role. Changing threats from China and North Korea have driven Tokyo to reinterpret its defense policies. The transfer of Mogami-class frigates to the Philippines is a bold step. Japan is now a security partner, not just an economic one. Japan's own security depends on stable sea lanes in the South China Sea. By helping the Philippines, Japan safeguards its own interests and invests in regional order. This move deepens trust and offers Southeast Asia an alternative to dependence on any single power. Japan's leadership is now defined by both technology and security cooperation. The partnership is a model for the region. The warship is a symbol of Japan's new role in Asia. It's a strategic investment in peace and stability. The era of passive pacifism is over. Partnership is the new norm. The world is watching the Japan-Philippines partnership. The United States, a treaty ally, strongly supports the move, seeing it as a boost to regional security. A stronger Philippine Navy strengthens the entire alliance network and reduces the burden on U.S. forces. Australia and India also welcome the development, seeing it as a step toward a more balanced Indo-Pacific. Democratic nations in the region are converging around shared interests. ASEAN's response is mixed. Some members quietly support the move, while others worry about rising tensions. China, unsurprisingly, has protested, calling the transfer provocative and destabilizing. Beijing's reaction is part of a broader effort to discourage regional security cooperation. Despite the rhetoric, China's response has been limited to diplomatic protests. The transfer is reshaping the region's security dynamics. Allies are emboldened, rivals are on notice. The Philippines is no longer alone. The partnership is setting a new standard for regional defense. The new warship brings strength, but also new risks. Assertive patrols could provoke China, raising the risk of dangerous encounters at sea. Managing these risks requires discipline, clear communication, and robust diplomacy. The Philippines must emphasize the ship's defensive mission and maintain open lines with China's military. Hotlines and protocols can prevent misunderstandings from escalating. The U.S.-Philippines Mutual Defense Treaty acts as a powerful deterrent, raising the stakes for any aggressor. Regular joint patrols with allies reinforce collective resolve. The goal is a stable balance, strength paired with dialogue. The frigate gives Filipino diplomats leverage at the negotiating table. The Philippines now has options beyond protest or retreat. By combining military readiness with smart diplomacy, the country can protect its rights and promote peace. The region's future depends on careful navigation of these new realities. The BRP Andrés Bonifacio is both a shield and a signal. The BRP Andrés Bonifacio's arrival is a symbol of reconciliation. Former adversaries now stand as partners. Japan and the Philippines, once at war, are now united by shared values and a vision for peace. The ship marks a new era of readiness for the Philippines, ending years of under-resourced defense. It's a commitment to equip the nation's defenders with the tools they need. This is more than a ship. It's a mindset shift from reactive to proactive security. The Philippines is investing in its future, building confidence to chart its own course. Modernization, training, and diplomacy are now priorities. The challenges ahead are real, but the country is no longer unprepared or alone. The BRP Andrés Bonifacio stands as a promise to defend, to partner, and to honor the sacrifices of the past. It's a testament to resilience and hope. The ship is forged in reconciliation and powered by resolve. The nation's future is more secure. The journey has just begun.